We arrived in León a day ahead of schedule and were able to have a full day of rest in the city. We found breakfast at a nearby cafe and ran into some familiar Australian faces on the way out. We had a lot of time to take in the significant landmarks of the city, and first on our list was the cathedral. Built between the 13th and 15th centuries, the Cathedral of Santa Maria de Regla de León is one of the most significant in Spain. It's a Gothic-style cathedral with significant French influence. Called the Pulcra Leonia, which means beautiful Leonese, it has stained glass windows throughout. The builders of the time realized that the upper reaches of the walls could be replaced with glass instead of structural stone, so the cathedral is surrounded in beautiful stained glass. There is 1,800 square meters of stained glass in the cathedral, the majority dating back to the original dates of construction. Themes of nature persist in the designs of the glass, including pine cones, branches, flowers, wheat, livestock, and of course lions. It was nice to see ongoing restoration work in the cathedral. The cloister was also quite spectacular, mimicking the front facade, and some limestone-looking pillars that were quite worn and discolored. Ceilings of the walkways were quite ornate, more detailed than inside of the cathedral, even with color persisting in spots as a result of their protection from erosion. Following our visit, we sat to have coffee, soaking in the view of the cathedral square. And then went out for supplies for lunch in the apartment that Brad had rented for a couple of nights. Following lunch, we went out into a light rain and wound up at Casa Botines, a house designed by Gaudi in 1893. First used by a fabric company and then becoming the headquarters of a local bank, it now houses the Gaudi Museum and an art gallery. It was designed around the theme of St. George slaying the dragon. With elements of energy efficiency way ahead of its time, Gaudi-esque stained glass, and turrets on each corner, it was well worth the visit. With more afternoon to spare, we found an interesting bar for a couple rounds of drinks. Cheers. And then found a restaurant on a side street for a dinner of tapas. We wrapped up the day with a visit to the cathedral, lit up spectacularly at night.